Oh no, this is so uncalled for. Philanthropy is just a way to excuse the fact that you are also a thief.
Okay, you are saying sorry. You are seeing a kind, benevolent man who wants to sponsor your education, and let's say you're in like 300, 400 level, and you know that if you tell this man that you're not doing it again, why are you deceiving?
This brings us back to the fact that it all falls back to lack of conscience and lack of honesty.
Conscience, it's humanity. Your parents have the money to sponsor you to which school that you went to.
Why did you give an example of a poor girl?
Because she's obviously poor. Her parents cannot sponsor her education.
Who gave you the context that the girl's parents are poor?
Because they could not sponsor her education. If they could.
Was this information provided?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, it was not provided, but then if they could, that means she would have told the man that I'm not doing it again, no. After all, her parents, she has the parents to fall back on.
Let's still assume that she is poor. Look, one thing you are misunderstanding here is the role that conscience and honesty is playing in this kind of situation. And the way I see it, I feel like we are being too feministic or whatever to center the conversation on how the girl is affected. We're not really talking about how the man is affected. Yes, for him to say that he wants to do juju to make the girl run mad, to lose whatever, that is also bad. That is not good. Which means if the girl is being dishonest, the guy also lacks some conscience. Because in the first place, you offered, she did not force that the guy
lacks conscience, because the man is pained. Honestly, he's pained and he has every right to be pained. You have to understand that people are human beings. These two people are human beings.
Now that it's about the man, you want people to just understand all of a sudden that people are human beings.
I said it for the girl just now. As a human being, if you know that you're going to lose this man's sponsorship, if you tell him that you're not going to marry him, as a human being, using your normal human conscience, you will not tell him. It's except you're being morally right that you say, oh, bros, I'm sorry, and then you say, okay, damn the consequences. People are human beings. Even me, if I was poor, my parents could not sponsor my education. I know that if I tell this man that I'm not marrying you, he would remove his sponsorship. I will not tell him. The worst, I will finish the school, I'll pay him back his money, and I'll tell him sorry.
When? With poor parents, without earning. He's not going to wait for you.
No, after I'm done with school, I'll be able to get a job, hopefully.
So he will wait for you to get a job to pay back?
Yes.
This girl has used this guy is the whole point of it.
Even if she used him, the girl is a human being. That's what I'm saying.
The guy is equally a human being.
Yes, a human, and that's why he's angry enough to say that he wants to go and do juju. My own is that, but you people are making this thing look as if it's not something that happens every day. This thing happens every day. People are unjust. People are bad. But then we are human beings. And most people that are coming on the internet to drag her up and down, they would have done the same thing. Everybody is just so. I don't like this Jesus Christ behavior. This Saint Mary behavior.
I don't look like someone who believes in Saint Mary either. So saying Saint Mary behavior is not something that, to be honest, I feel like we're running away from the entire problem. Because there is a problem here. There is a problem of morality, and you're trying to use the fact that people, the ones involved are humans, to justify the immorality in this situation. We need a psychologist in this conversation.
I think I'm a psychologist. Excuse me. From their point of view, I feel like the truth is, as a human being, selfishness will always come into play. Now, on the part of the girl, she was very selfish to have continued the whole free education without knowing fully well that she will not be willing to commit to what the man wants. In the end, everybody will look out for themselves. If you really wanted to marry this girl, if I were the man, I cannot train you if I have not paid your dowry. If we have not done some sort of thing that makes it clear that you belong to me, more like we are married.
Do you think a man would commit for 7 years without being sure?
He was sure, but then she was not sure. That's the problem.
Anything you are doing, no matter how kind or how loving it might be, you always have to look out for yourself. So the way I would have thought of this guy looking out for himself is committing either to the family or in a way to culture. Maybe not the full marriage, right? Maybe he would have just paid the dowry, or he would have paid the dowry in between, probably 3rd year or 4th year. Let's assume she was too young in 1st year. There should have been some sort of serious commitment. I'm not saying you should cage the girl down. This is you looking out for yourself as a man. This girl is just a stranger to you. There is no legal documentation. It's not written anywhere that you people have any sort of ties. So what you're doing is actually philanthropy. So instead of putting yourself in that kind of position, I think men out there should rather restrain from doing things like this. Myself in first year and myself now, like we are two different people. In fact, if I see people that I used to crush on before, I'll be like, Omo, God forbid. It's not because of anything, just because there's exposure. Even the things you used to like before. So we all know these things. So to save ourselves the stress, once there's marriage on ground, the woman also knows that she is into a commitment. There's a different mindset. There's a way she will approach things. There's a way she will approach the guy. She will start trying to like accommodate his excesses or probably even encourage him to upgrade so that she accepts him more. But when there's no marriage on ground, she still feels like she can fly. And the truth is, if you allow a lady to fly, she's going to fly very far. That is the truth.
This reminds me of that video I saw on social media back then of a duck that has always been at home, and the first time its owner took it to a stream of river. The duck is called Adam, and the first time she took the duck to a stream of river to experience nature for the first time, the duck never came back. That video, like we could hear like the owner screaming, Adam, Adam.
Adam did not come back.
And Adam like just disappeared. I just wish we had more context to the whole story.
Okay.
But now that we don't, I am still refusing to agree that the girl has every right to say that she doesn't want to marry him. This is not to say that he must force her into marriage. What I believe is you no longer want it. You are not even a wife material to begin with. And I don't think any man should put himself in that position to be with a woman who doesn't want to be with him. So I think the best thing is just let him give her the entire bill and let her pay back. The fact that we're humans does not erase that this is morally wrong.
Let me just give like a final note.
Yeah.
You can't say that she's not going to be a good wife material in your words, Hajara, because this is not a complete judgment of her character. If you don't like the man, you don't like the man, for God's sake. What do you want the girl to do?
In my language, there is a proverb.
Okay.
In English, if you don't like anyone, don't like anything he has to offer.
Yes, they have it in my language. They say if you don't like me, don't like my
That
dog.
brings us back to
Yes,
morality.
I understand it's morality, but then these two people are human beings. I told somebody yesterday, I told a guy yesterday, and he was like, that's so if in this case now that he used to hear of girls talking bad about guys that they have done abortion for the guy and that the guy says he's not doing it again. In my opinion, if the guy says he's doing it again, he's not doing it again. There's nothing that you can do. He said he's not marrying you, he's not marrying you. It's a similar case. People feel like, oh, they have sacrificed, they have done. Yes, you can see that the man used him or the woman used her, but then if this person says they're not marrying you. You can't force anybody to marry you, for God's sake. The girl that is committing the abortion should have had more sense. Because why are you doing that for anybody? If someone that has not come to your family to say that I want to marry you and you are doing, why are you doing that for? Hey, you're doing philanthropy.
For me, on a personal level, if anyone is committing to me, I will never agree that you're going to commit differently if we were married. You've seen people actually leave marriages. So just finished saying that if they were married, if the girl would, it will only make it more difficult for the girl to leave the marriage.
I don't think so. As I said before, the way you approach things depends on your mind positioning. Now, if at all I know that I have to deal with this person, I've already committed to him. The fact that you're committed to him already puts you in a position. So gradually, you start to align your choices to that man because you are already officially committed to him. The moment you are not committed to somebody, you feel like you still have that freedom. Whether or not you want to be realistic, the way you frame your mind will help you to accept things differently. The only difference between two people that attended the university and like one gets depressed and one doesn't, even though they went through the same stress, is the mind structure. So once you have that mental positioning, you're going to approach the matter differently. So I feel really that committing like some sort of traditional rituals would make the woman more likely to end up with him. Probably not a final say, but yes, more likely.
Yes, it's painful. Yes, the person used you. So what do you want anybody to do? Now for the man in this case, yes, I'm sure maybe he may have loved this girl. But then if you actually really loved somebody, giving them free education is not supposed to be a big deal. yes, in your mind, you expected something more from it. You expected marriage from it.
It's my first time hearing free education is not supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be a big deal now. But then if you
So
truly
the
like
guy
this girl,
should be
what is wrong
honest.
with
The guy
what
should
is wrong
have
with him?
morals. The guy should be kind.
I'm not asking anybody
And
to have any morals. I'm not asking anybody to have anything. I'm not a judgmental person. In this my life, I
There
believe
seems
that
to me, in my own POV, there seems to be a lot of judgment in your
no,
statement.
it's you're trying to paint it like people are saints. Nobody is a saint, for God's sake. I know that the girl did something wrong, but then what do you want her to do? Do you want her to enter a marriage just because this man paid?
I think this is the most heated argument I've ever had on this channel. Anyways, basically, I feel like the bottom line at this point is we all know that people are selfish. That is the most original thing about a human being. So
Before we
whatever
wrap
you are
up,
doing,
let's encourage morality.
okay, hold on. So whatever you are doing, right?
I don't know what I'm saying. If it's her, that this just
Oh yeah, wait.
you will not tell the guy.
Wait now. As an individual, look out for yourself. Be you a girl or a guy. She mentioned the cases of girls doing abortions for men and they end up not marrying them. There are even some girls that will start doing drugs with the guys and the guys don't marry them. There are those cases. And now you have the case of a guy sponsoring a lady's education and she doesn't marry him. So you see that is a two-tabled issue right here. So whatever you're doing, look out for yourself. Why are you doing this in the first place?
Exactly.
What is your why as an individual? And then how can you best protect your interests? For the guy, I feel you should first of all make sure that there is some sort of commitment, so that when she breaches the commitment, we know that, oh, there was first of all a commitment that was breached. Because in this case now it's just talk. It's morally disturbing, yes, I would agree. But I feel at this point you should also have looked out for yourself. You should have committed to it so that we know that there is an agreement. Thank you for coming to our channel, ladies. Anything for us?
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, bye. See you some other time.